Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. It's episode 369. What a week, huh? I mean, regardless of which side of the political spectrum you sit on, it's been a crazy 5-6 days, no? I mean, election night alone was just insane. But obviously, if you're on Team Red, then it was a much better week for you than your friends on Team Blue. It goes without saying. And yeah, on that, hopefully you're still friends. I do work with all kinds of people, and yeah, some were in tears, some were kicking their heels, very few ambivalent to it all. I mean, it was either you were ecstatic or you were miserable, very little in between. And obviously we need to remember it's not worth losing friends over, or family members or colleagues. We can agree to disagree. Anyhow, that's my very mini rant on a show that is the furthest thing from politics. This is called Tech It Out, after all. So let's get to our tech talk, as we do have a packed show planned for you this hour. We're going to kick things off with Flipp. This is an amazing app with one simple goal: to save you money, whether it's on your weekly grocery haul, maybe home decor items, gadget gifts for the holidays, whatever. We'll chat with the CEO of Flipp, which is Flipp with 2 Ps, to start off the show today. After that, are your smart speakers listening to you and your conversations? Is it too coincidental that you're chatting with your partner or your friends about something random, something you don't usually talk about, and then you start getting ads tied to that? Well, we'll have a guest on the show from a company called 24/7 Labs who will confirm or deny that your devices, including smart assistants, are really listening to you. Also on the show today, we'll have Constant Contact on the program, a leading email marketing platform, to chat about supporting small businesses this holiday season, how consumers may be spending less because of the economy, but they do want to shop local, and what you can do if you do run a small business to improve your sales this holiday season. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out, powered by Intel Core Ultra PCs Series 2, which I'll tell you more about shortly. In fact, I'm recording this show you're listening to on one of these fancy new laptops right now. So I'll tell you more about that shortly, but let's officially kick off the new show with our first interview. If you're looking to save money while shopping this season, and hey, who isn't, especially this year with higher prices due to inflation, one of my very few must-have apps on your smartphone is called Flipp. That's F-L-I-P-P. Among other features, Flipp shows you all the circulars or flyers that you get delivered to your home digitally, all in one place, all in one app, along with coupons so you can get the best possible deals at retailers that you already shop at. Joining us on the line for a Flipp 101, if you will, is Micheal Silverman, CEO of Flipp. Welcome back to the show, Micheal. Good to chat with you again.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Very excited to be here.
Micheal, I got to tell you, I've been covering Flipp since it was called Wasabi back, 12 years ago. It was founded by Weehans Tan many, many moons ago. It's been a privilege to also partner with the company many times before, and having you back on the show is awesome and perfect timing as we're heading into Black Friday. So with that in mind, at a high level, please tell us all about Flipp and how it works.
Sure. So thank you for noting it at the top here, but Flipp 2 Ps is essentially like a free shopping app and website. And what we do is we aggregate all the circulars and deals from over 2,000 retailers across North America with the purpose of effectively helping shoppers plan and then save money. And, like at Flipp, our stated mission is to help people make smarter shopping decisions. And again, you made the point before, but in a time where inflation is impacting people's wallets and people's budgets are getting tighter, this could not be more important for most households. Mm-hmm. And so Flipp's free to download. The App Store, the Google Play Store. All you have to do is search for it, find it, download it. Ultimately, you enter your zip code, and then you have the ability to find all the latest deals near you.
And you can search by retailer. Like if you know you have a certain, supermarket down the street. I should mention it's not just for Black Friday, for gifts, but for groceries and other household decor items and things like that. You can either browse by store, or you can do a search by keyword, right? You could type in AirPods or chicken breasts or something, right? And then you could see your closest retailers who has what on sale.
Yeah, that's totally right. So in addition to being able to like browse or peruse the retailers nearby you, we also have a search feature, a pretty powerful one. And it's really great for the shoppers who know exactly what it is that they already want to buy. And so ahead of the holidays, if you're searching for big ticket items, TVs, vacuums, whatever it is, it's a pretty powerful tool. But it's also, like you touched on this just now, it's also great for comparing those day-to-day prices, the groceries, the household essentials. And for these holiday seasons, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or Hanukkah, whatever the holiday may be, having the ability to find those household essentials and groceries as you plan for family events is also an incredibly valuable tool. So if you see the deals, you have the ability then subsequently in the app to add them to a shopping list. And it, sort of helps you stay organized.
So with that in mind, let's say you see a butterball turkey, or you see a big screen TV that you've had your eye on. What do? You just tap it once and it adds it to your shopping list.
Yeah, you can. Effectively, it's the same terminology we used to use in analog. So we call it clipping. So if you find an item in a circular or through the search feature, you can clip the item and then subsequently it gets added automatically to your shopping list.
And here's a fun fact. If you press and hold on that item, you'll get more information. Like you can see like more details or specs if it is consumer electronics, maybe some reviews. It's all by pressing and holding. But a quick tap lets you, as you called it, quote unquote, clip it into your shopping list before you head out. And we should clarify that Flipp is more for retail shopping than it is for online shopping at this point.
Yeah, that's a great distinction. I'd say it services both. So we have retailers that work with us, especially around Black Friday, to promote some of the amazing offers that they have that happen online. Yeah. And that happens year round. But we know that, most of your shopping, most of your staple shopping for the head of household shopper who's looking and is on a mission to feed their family, clothe their family, that it's those day-to-day items, those household essentials, those groceries that have such a large impact on their wallet. So that's where we do most of our damage trying to help shoppers, is we help them find those local savings near them in store.
Going back to Black Friday, though, because this is mid-November, I believe that Flipp has a dedicated Black Friday section. Is that right? And is it fair to say, Michael, that there's a lot of buzz this year leading into Black Friday?
Yeah, I mean, savings-oriented holidays are big, but we keep touching on this. It's an obvious theme, but a real and present one for most households. Budgets are tight, so this is a year where retailers are leaning in pretty heavily to their savings-oriented promotions. And in addition to that, it's been a theme for over a decade now that these deals have a tendency to drop earlier and earlier each year. So, like when you think about it, that can be incredibly overwhelming to manage, especially over a large space of time. So we work pretty diligently to find ways inside of the tools that we offer shoppers to help them manage that chaos. And in fact, you said it, we have created a dedicated Black Friday category to help you stay organized for the holidays.
So whether it's the Flipp app or the website, which is at simply flipp.com, Flipp.com, there's like a carousel or what have you near the top where you can find specific Black Friday deals. And as you mentioned, and I'm glad you did, that you often don't have to wait until November 29th. The retailers don't want to lose you. They want to make that sale, even if it's earlier. And so be on the lookout for great deals this year, and Flipp can certainly help there. We are chatting with Micheal Silverman, Chief Executive Officer at Flipp. This is an app and a website that has been dedicated to saving you money on thousands of retail locations, whether it's everyday groceries or it could be consumer electronics, home decor items, apparel, what have you. What about the Flipp's watch list? Let's say you've had something on your mind all year round, but you've been waiting for that price to drop. Tell us about that.
Yeah, what a great tool, what great ingenuity by our team. It acts as your personal deal tracker, if you will. If you're searching for something and you don't love the deals that you're finding on it at the moment, what you're allowed to do is add it to a watch list inside of the app, and then Flipp does all of the work for you. And essentially, like, as you are going about your daily life, if there's something you wanted to keep an eye on, we'll send you a notification when deals do pop up.
All right. Do you set a threshold? Like, this TV, I don't want to spend $1,300 on it, but if it ever drops below $1,000, I'm in? Or you just type the name of the product and then it create a watch list based on that?
Yeah, we have both of those functionalities available. So
awesome.
You have the ability to either type in a keyword and allow for that product to continuously update the deals near you that are time-bound. But in addition to that, we have the ability to create filters so that you're only finding deals within certain price range.
I love that versatility. Is there a way, Micheal, you can quantify how much people can save using Flipp, whether it's for day-to-day groceries or bigger ticket items as gifts?
Yeah, it really does depend. The more you use it, the more you can save. I would say that. And certainly we survey the shoppers regularly, and our average Flipp user saves somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25% per week.
Oh, wow.
On their groceries. So it's very substantial, very meaningful savings on your regular purchases. At the time of holidays, I mean, on any individual item, it could save you up to 70%. It really depends on what offer is being made. But we see ourselves as a utility that shoppers use on a regular basis. And for the shoppers that do use our app regularly, we have a pretty material impact on their wallets.
Yeah. I like that you're empowering users to make a decision. For example, if my wife, Kelly, who does the shopping in our home, if she sees something like, I don't know, cereal is on sale for $1 off, if it's far away, it's not going to be worth her time or the gas money to go and get it. So, but she can decide where she wants to hit, and what order, what supermarket she wants to go to kind of thing, and whether she should wait or not. But I like that you're giving us the information and then we can use it how we want at that point or not at all. More with Flipp when we return on Tech It Out, ways to save you money, whether it's your weekly grocery haul or on holiday items, especially leading up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You are listening to Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. Stick with us. We'll be right back. More Tech It Out coming right up after this.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. If you're in the market for a new PC, there's never been a more exciting time. Thanks to extremely powerful devices infused with AI, plus longer battery life than we've ever seen before, countless designs like touch and convertibles that can turn a laptop into a tablet by simply bending it. There's stunning OLED displays and super thin and light form factors. As usual, Intel is leading the charge, now with brand new Intel Core Ultra PCs Series 2 laptops that are powering a new generation of portable PCs across more than 20 computer manufacturers. They can deliver much more performance, up to 80% more for gaming compared to last year's machines. Yet, amazingly, consume up to 50% less power to do so. This translates to battery life of more than 20 hours with some applications. By fusing a CPU with a GPU for graphics and a new NPU or neural processing unit, these Intel-powered Windows 11 laptops are capable of delivering better AI experiences through Copilot Plus, including up to 4 times faster image generation compared to last year. Now available, these new Intel Core Ultra Series 2 laptops are branded with a 200V series naming convention to indicate it's a Series 2 model. Intel.com has more. That's Intel.com. A couple of minutes left with Micheal Silverman, Chief Executive Officer at Flipp. That's Flipp. It is a free app for your phone or tablet or website for your computer that helps you find the best deals on everything around you, whether it's groceries or gadget gifts and anything in between. Before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you, Micheal, about the ability to store loyalty cards or rewards cards inside the app. I use this all the time. I'm opening up Flipp all the time when I'm shopping somewhere and I have like a points card or what have you. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, another feature in our app that I love. I really think of our app as sort of like a Swiss Army knife for savings. And so in addition to the watch list we discussed or regular shopping lists or the ability to search, we also have effectively like your digital loyalty card wallet. So you can save some of your loyalty cards directly in the app to make it more convenient, whether you're perusing or you're in store, to have the ability to sort of like leverage the app as one convenient app to manage your savings.
Instead of carrying a pocket or a purse full of plastic cards that you need to pull out, and the people behind you in line are getting irritated. You just open up the Flipp app and you tap the settings icon, the little gear, and then it's under something like My Cards or something like that. So yeah, super convenient. And then if there is a coupon, like for something that you could use at a store like, say, Target or Walmart or Home Depot, Micheal, how does that work within the Flipp app?
Yeah, as an extension of those loyalty cards, we really primarily deal with digital coupons. So there was a point in time where print coupons were a very big thing, and we actually enabled that more frequently in the app. Now we're a hyper digitally focused business, and so what happens is that the coupons that we do have available present themselves throughout the content, whether it's in search, you'll be able to see a little icon that shows you that there's a coupon available on the product, Or if you're perusing the flyer, we actually have icons in the circulars to show you that there is a coupon available against that item that you can stack against the savings you're already generating that are available in store. But the way that it functions is that you have to clip the coupon inside of the app and add it to your loyalty card. So it's called Load to ID Savings. And many of the retailers across the US, we have those tools available.
Awesome. And then finally, how do we get going with Flipp? Do you recommend going to the App Store if you're on iPhone or iPad, or Google Play Store for Android devices? Or do you think people should start at the website first?
No, I more often than not suggest the apps. I think the apps are a really robust experience. The websites have parity in the features, but I really love the app experience. I think our design team's done an exceptional job of building a pretty straightforward and beautiful app to help you with what's otherwise a utility. So we have a very highly rated app. It's very present. Whether you're searching for other keywords like local deals, local savings will come up there as well. But if you show up on the App Store or the Google Play Store and you type in Flipp, that's again Flipp with 2 P's, you can download us and then enter your zip code and you're good to go.
All right. So Michael, thank you so much for your time, especially this time of year. I know how swamped you are all at Flipp HQ. Thank you for taking the time to explain the app and website to our listeners. Thanks again. All the best and happy holidays.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. To you as well.
It's probably something you've noticed and maybe you've talked with your friends about. Is your tech listening to you? Your smartphone, smart speaker, maybe your smart TV with that voice remote, right? Is what you say near these devices and their microphones actually capturing and analyzing what you're saying? And then maybe dishing up ads for when you're on, say, social media or in a web browser or when checking messages in Gmail. Joining us to talk about this topic is Haider Sarmad. He's executive director at 247 Labs, which develops software, app, and web development solutions. Welcome to the show, Haider. Good to chat with you.
Thanks for having me on the show, Mark. It's good to chat with you as well.
And I'm really interested in this topic. I get this question a lot from readers of my articles and listeners of this show. Is our tech listening to us? But before we get to all of that, please tell us a bit about yourself and the company 247 Labs. What is it that you do?
Absolutely. I'm a software engineer. I'm currently one of the executive directors at 247 Labs. We specialize in creating digital solutions like building apps and websites, but we also help businesses grow and streamline their operations. So if they're in the insurance or fintech space, we take a look at their process, incorporate AI to increase their revenue. Essentially, if it's digital, we build it.
All right. Of course, fintech is financial technology, big category for sure. So let's get right to it, Haider. Voice assistants are super popular, whether you're activating Alexa from Amazon on a smart speaker or Siri on your iPhone or Google Assistant. This is what we're essentially talking about here, right? These assistants potentially listening to us, these AI assistants. So we're going to dive into this in depth with Haider when we return from 24/7 Labs to hear if it is true or not and what you can do about it. So stick with us. More Tech It Out coming right up after this short break.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, everyone. We're chatting with Haider Sarmad, Executive Director at 24/7 Labs. If you're just joining us now, we're talking about smart assistants baked into your smartphone, a smart speaker, maybe a smart TV, or as Haider says, even your vehicles and appliances. Are they listening to you and your conversations? Is this what we're talking about, Haider? These microphones that are inside of our devices listening?
Exactly. Voice assistants are embedded in our phones, our speakers, our TVs. Google Assistant, Siri, and Amazon Alexa are the big players. They're each equipped with powerful microphones and processors. These devices listen for their wake words like Hey Siri or Alexa to start processing these commands. But here's the twist. Although they're only supposed to wake up when they say the wake word, they still have to be in constant listening mode to hear that word. So while we think of them as dormant, they're actually always alert, just waiting for that cue.
I mean, obviously, they're always listening if they're waiting to hear its wake word, like Alexa or Siri or Hey Google or OK Google. And apologies, by the way, if any of our listeners' devices are going off when I say those. I'll try to minimize that going forward. But I guess the concern is that they are always listening to everything, like your conversations.
Yeah, it's a huge concern and one we hear often. People worry that these devices might be picking up entire conversations and analyzing them, not just waiting for that wake word. It can be unsettling to think that your private conversations, everything from your grocery list to discussions about a medical condition, could be captured. The scary part, there have been real-life examples that show you this isn't just a wild theory.
So I'm going to ask you about that because I've heard there's just too much data to upload and analyze in order for that to be true. So I've had experts on this show before from like ESET, a cybersecurity company, telling me it's not true. But we'll get to that in a second. The concern, as you mentioned, is that I'm having a conversation with my wife, Kelly, about our upcoming trip. And then I then go to a web browser afterwards, or I go on social media and I start seeing ads tied to that trip. It's not a coincidence, is what you're saying. They are listening. Is this true across all platforms, Google, Apple, and Amazon?
The short answer, it's possible, but not exactly in the way that we imagine. Voice assistants like Alexa, Google, Siri, they're designed to listen for the wake word, and only do they actively process what we say. However, there's growing evidence from the data from these devices, along with information from your browsing history, location, even previous conversations with family, that could help create a detailed profile about you. Say Cancun as an example.
Yeah.
If you ask your smart assistants for the weather in Cancun, or mention vacation plans, you might find travel ads popping up soon afterwards. While the device itself may not be processing this information specifically for ads, these companies use other data sources like recent searches, your app activity, location history to build these connections. So even if you're checking just the weather patterns in Cancun, discussing the travel plans, not having your phone actually be active, even if you're browsing the flights, these are all signals that the marketers use to deliver these relevant ads.
Yeah, that's a good point, Haider. We are chatting, by the way, with Haider Sarmad. He's executive director at 247 Labs. They are a web and app and software development company. Yeah, this is I think the concern is that there's probably multiple things that we're doing and nobody reads those terms and conditions, that legalese. And even if we did, we often blindly sign off on them. So it may not be Alexa herself, and I use that in air quotes, but it could be an app that you're using, a third-party app that you're checking your weather with, and that's the breach there, or at least the information that they're collecting about you, and maybe not the smart assistant itself. It could be something that you agreed to in Instagram that you didn't realize, like you said, or location information. So there's obviously different things that we need to be aware of, and I will pick your brain about tips to reducing the odds of your conversations being listened to. So you hinted at this already. You are aware of incidents of social experiments where it has been proven that you say something random, like, I don't know, garden hose, a word or phrase that you don't usually use, and then you do start seeing related ads. You've heard of this?
Yeah, so there actually have been some intriguing social experiments around this topic. One of the most popular case studies involved a YouTuber named Micheal. He conducted a simple experiment to see if the Google might be listening, even when it wasn't actively using the device. So what he did is he closed all the browsers and he began a casual conversation with his viewers, as if he was talking to a friend. During this conversation, he mentioned dog toys several times. Immediately afterwards, he visited a site called fark.com that has preloaded ads. To his shock, he began seeing ads for dog toys everywhere, even though he hadn't searched or clicked anything related to pets. I tried the same thing. I tried it with gym equipment. Although I didn't get gym equipment immediately, I think that Google thinks I'm lazy or something. But what I did see was ads that I was talking about for products during that day. So if I talked about watches or cars, in that website, I saw those ads, even though I didn't search for it or do anything. There's also a super scary social experiment by a cybersecurity expert at Norton. He recorded himself talking repeatedly about wanting to go on a cruise while his devices sat on standby. He avoided searching or looking up anything related to travel online. Within less than 48 hours, he began receiving ads and sponsored emails about cruises and packages. Cases like these, they make you wonder, could it really just be a coincidence? Companies, they deny this all the time, from eavesdropping for advertisement and breaching data, but these type of incidents, they just keep you guessing.
That it's too much of a coincidence, even though, again, I'll just cite ESET. You just mentioned Norton. But I remember the person from ESET broke it down how much data would be required to be uploaded on a regular basis from your phone every hour in order for companies to analyze what you're saying and then deliver ads. So he said it wasn't possible. But yeah, many of my friends and colleagues say it's just too coincidental. We're getting targeted with ads that are related to the words that we're using in a conversation near our devices. So it is a little scary for sure. So with all that in mind, what can we do about it?
Yes, of course. Turning off your voice history. Most devices, they allow you to disable voice recording. Google, Alexa, and Siri all have the option for deleting voice history, so nothing remains stored in their servers. Muting the microphone. Many smart devices, speakers, stoves, the fridges, they all have a physical mute button that cuts off the microphone entirely. This could be effective so they're not in the dormant state. Adjusting your privacy settings as well. When you're diving into your privacy settings of each app or device, just make sure to modify the permissions for recordings and data usage. There's also a pop-up that I found pretty intriguing that allows you to share your data with other websites and applications that you might accept to. Denying these could easily remove these third-party advertisements and may protect you from these scams.
Finally, where can we learn more about 247 Labs and the work that you do?
You can check out our website at 247labs.com. We're dedicated to providing secure, efficient data solutions that prioritize user privacy. We're always happy to connect.
Thanks, Haider. Again, 247labs.com. It's an eye-opening or ear-opening conversation. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
More Tech It Out when we return. Stay with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. We cover cybersecurity a lot on this program and how you can best protect yourself in the digital age, even if you're not super tech savvy. One part of the solution is securely shopping online. And so I'm thrilled about my partnership with Visa on Tech It Out, as they've made some significant investments in fraud prevention over the past 5 years, as much as $10 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B, to support Visa's brand promise to protect the financial information of individuals and businesses. Zero liability means peace of mind when you shop online using your Visa card. There can be no half measures when it comes to cybersecurity, which is why the company takes an aggressive and multi-layered approach to combating the rising threat of malicious software and other threats by well-funded and global criminal enterprises. Read more about Visa and how securing the world's payments is priority one at visa.com/security. That's visa.com/security. With the holidays coming up, we as consumers are going to start getting marketed to on various platforms, right? Social and email, digital, TV and radio, print ads, and more. Well, Constant Contact, a leading digital marketing company for small and mid-sized businesses, has just released findings from its Small Business Now report, which found, among other things, that while more than half of consumers said they've decreased their spending this year, shoppers still want to support local businesses. Joining us to share the details is Amanda Parker, Director of Growth at Constant Contact. Welcome to the program, Amanda.
Thanks, Mark. Happy to be here.
So why don't we dive right in? At a high level, what is Constant Contact?
Sure. So Constant Contact is a software platform that makes digital marketing really easy and effective for small businesses all over the world. We do a really great job of being that all-in-one marketing spot, perfect for small marketing teams or business owners that are the marketing team. Our customers are the businesses that make up our communities, right? Like think bakeries, dry cleaners, childcare centers, physical therapists. Likely you've received a Constant Contact email.
Yeah, the backbone of our economy.
Absolutely.
Great. Can you share what the top takeaways were from that latest small business report, Small Business Now?
Yeah, absolutely. So inflation has cooled, right? But ultimately, its long tail impact is still emerging. 89% of small businesses have been impacted by inflation, like all of us. And the percentage of consumers who have decreased their spending at SMBs to inflation has almost doubled since 2022. And this ultimately presents a challenge for SMBs ahead of the holiday season, right? Their most critical time to generate revenue typically. Ultimately, small businesses, they typically wait a little bit too long to start prepping for their holidays. Their customers are shopping earlier, so they could be leaving a lot of revenue on the table. over 40% of small businesses wait until October to start their holiday prep, and 20% don't do it at all. So we suggest, trying to start that planning a lot earlier. If you've left it to now, that's okay. There's no better time than now, but really getting ahead of that so that you can make the most of all the revenue opportunities that come around this holiday season.
Great tip. And yeah, as you mentioned, if companies are looking back at their sales beginning of next year, their holiday sales, and they're disappointed, then for 2025, they should be considering, September, as you mentioned, or October, starting your marketing earlier instead of November or not at all. If they want to try to cut through the clutter and get recognized and convert that interest into sales. And we're going to talk about some effective ways to do just that. So with these challenges that companies are facing, still reeling from inflation and maybe less disposable income to go around, why should small businesses still hold on to hope for a successful holiday season this year?
Yeah. So despite what we're seeing in the headlines, the intent to support small business is still there. 98% of consumers revisit the same businesses each year. And in the US, more than half consumers say their interest in supporting small businesses remains consistent all year long. So there's absolutely hope. Globally, 78% of holiday shoppers plan to buy from an SMB that's new to them in the year. So there's an opportunity not only to capture your existing customer business, but find new customers and then ideally market to them all year round, right? Don't lose, this opportunity where you have new customers visiting you and not market to them all year round. Yeah. And ideally even starting your holiday marketing like in the summer is really when you should be kind of planning. And then you can hit the ground running in October to really make the best use of holiday shopping. Yeah.
This is a great point, Amanda. I just got an email blast from a baskets company, a small company, a small business that I've ordered a basket around the holidays before, but I haven't heard from them this whole year. And there have been other occasions where I could have purchased baskets, right? Housewarmings and birthdays and mortgage burning parties and so many other occasions, not just the holidays, but I didn't hear from them until actually this morning. So it's funny that you mentioned that. Then aside from starting your marketing earlier in the year or being consistent all year round, do you have any suggestions or tips that small business owners can employ to make the most of this season?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's still plenty of opportunity to have a great holiday season. We're talking about doing it earlier, but there's no better time than now. And it really starts with marketing. So leverage email marketing in conjunction with social media, events, in-person activity, events that are going on in your community to ensure your business stays top of mind. Like you said, with that basket company, like they had a huge opportunity to, keep top of mind throughout the year and offer you different promotions. And like you said, like mortgage burning parties, like that's a great campaign that they could have definitely put together and gotten some interest.
Well, with the borrowing rates these days, maybe not so many mortgage burning parties, but I was trying to think of other occasions that, we were invited to one. Yeah, great point. And I know we'll talk more about email marketing and the effectiveness of it. And I also like the idea of promotions. Everybody likes a deal. So we're going to hear a lot more about that in a moment when we return with Constant Contact, my guest on Tech It Out, a weekly show that's powered by Intel Core Ultra PCs Series 2, which I'll tell you more about at the end of the show. We'll be right back.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Check It Out whenever you want.
We are chatting with Amanda Parker, Director of Growth at Constant Contact, a leading digital marketing company that focuses mostly on the small and mid-sized business market. Let's now circle back and talk about Constant Contact. Specifically, how does your company help SMBs, small and mid-sized businesses, with upping their digital marketing game?
So Constant Contact is a really powerful digital marketing tool that makes that marketing really easy and effective for small businesses, right? You're the expert in your business. We're the expert in marketing. Leverage us and our cutting edge technology to automate the areas of marketing with the most friction. Think creating content, choosing the right channels, etc. Spend less time marketing and more time on your business, right? And if you get stuck, our award-winning support team is there with anything from technical support to marketing strategy. And that's really key, right? You want to be able to pick up the phone, talk to a real human, and get the advice you need.
It would be remiss for me not to ask you about any misperceptions that are tied to email marketing. Some may say, oh, email's dead. We want another way to reach customers or potential customers. What would you say to that? What's the biggest sort of misunderstanding about this space?
Yeah, absolutely. So email is no longer, the sexy marketing out there. Everyone wants to talk about AI and TikTok and new channels that are emerging. But ultimately, email works. And those kind of newer channels aren't driving real business results for small businesses. Email is. And social media, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagrams of the world. Email marketing is really still the best return on your marketing spend. For every dollar spent on email marketing, you typically get about $36 in sales. Oh, wow. That is a really solid ROI. And with a tool like ours, it makes it really simple. I'll give you an example. My sister just opened up her first spa in Guelph, and of course, she's tapped me to help her with the website and marketing. We sent one email to her contacts. Obviously, we're going to do a lot more, and she immediately got 10 bookings. Oh, wow. We both thought it was an error, but it wasn't. And that really speaks to the power of that really simple email communication.
Well, my daughter Maya goes to university in Guelph, so maybe she can use a spa day after her exams. But that's great. Great story 100%. For Guelph, Ontario. Love it. You could tell when someone opens the email as well, right? You know that you may need to tweak the subject line if it's not sexy enough to go back to your language, like in order to get someone to click on that message. You know what percentage have been open or not, right?
Absolutely. And actually, we have a new AI content generator, which has been fantastic. Like that email that I just told you about, I wrote maybe 3 sentences and the AI did the rest. Cool. And I want to take all the credit for those 10 bookings, but it was probably the AI who was able to take a lot of the messaging from her website and knowing what content was going to perform and really get it out there. It worked, right? And then, of course, we can see all the data, how many people opened it, send them a follow-up message so we can see people who opened it. Hey, that those dates and times might not have worked for you, or you're looking for other services. There's all kinds of opportunity, and you get that really rich set of data with Constant Contact.
Are Constant Contact services scalable? So like what if that small spa becomes a chain of spas across the country?
Yeah, absolutely. So while most of our customers are businesses, with less than 20 employees or small marketing teams, they span all of the different industries.
Or no marketing team, like you said, where it's like a couple people trying to do it all, or one person.
Exactly. So while our DNA is supporting small, we're designed to be very intuitive for a first-time marketer who's, that business owner who's also the marketer, or a seasoned marketing professional. So it absolutely can scale. And we have some very, very large customers, think universities, healthcare institutions, et cetera, who are on Constant Contact and still very successful as they've scaled their businesses.
And before we wrap up, for those small and mid-sized businesses tuning in right now, how do they begin working with Constant Contact? What's the best way for them to get going?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have an amazing 30-day, no-risk free trial that I encourage all small businesses to definitely take advantage of. It's ConstantContact.com.
ConstantContact.com. Easy to remember. And with that, I want to thank you so much for your time, Amanda. Amanda Parker has been our guest. Thanks so much for carving out some time to chat with us today.
Thanks so much, Mark.
As I mentioned, Intel is the title sponsor on this program. Thank you for your support. The new Intel Core Ultra PCs Series 2 laptops are now on sale, powering portable PCs across more than 20 different computer manufacturers like Asus and Dell, HP, Lenovo, Acer, and so on. They can deliver much more performance, up to 80% more for gaming compared to last year's machines, yet, amazingly, consuming up to 50% less power to do so. This translates to battery life of more than 20 hours on many applications. Intel.com has more. Speaking of computers, don't forget to properly back up your important files on a regular basis. I always trust my data with Western Digital and SanDisk. There's some great pre-Black Friday sales to take advantage of on those reliable external drives. WesternDigital.com and SanDisk.com has more. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. All the best. Enjoy your week ahead. And I look forward to catching up with you next weekend for another new episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.